Hello there, I'm Eric, and this is ARTV. I'm here in the studio with Nick Caza from The Enthusiasts. And Nick, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Eric. How about you?
Not too bad. Tell me a little bit about The Enthusiasts.
Oh, The Enthusiasts is a media slash photography group that's dedicated 100% to cosplay, sci-fi, and steampunk. And pretty much we travel all over, the Midwest and East Coast, hitting up anime cons and sci-fi cons and running our photo booth to take pictures for people and, having a good time.
All right. So how did The Enthusiasts get started? Did you just wake up one morning and say, the world needs more really high-quality pictures of girls in plug suits? Was it kind of like that?
Shifty gaze. No, not directly like that. That's awesome. But no, basically what happened was, I was in IT for a while, and it started to go downhill as far as how everything was working. And I loved anime conventions. I went to ASIN in 1999, and it was, just mind-blowing. And I've been to every ASIN since. And I started kind of thinking, man, I really want to do something with conventions, because they're the best people, and all the awesome stuff is always going on at conventions, and it's just such a great atmosphere all the time. And so I took some money and I bought a video camera, and my original idea was that I was going to focus a level of video production quality on like the masquerades and skits and seeing, through the hallways and all the different cosplays and stuff like that. Because the first masquerade I went to just absolutely blew my mind. It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like I've seen, big name concerts. I've been all over. And it was still one of the coolest things. And I was like, these people need to have something ultra high quality that they can, go and get online or check out or give to their friends or whatever, because this stuff is so cool. Not only that, but I want to rewatch this stuff. And all you could find was like some guy's, flip cam in the crowd that does this the whole time, So that's what I was trying to do. And I went to Amanda Irwin, who is Elemental of Elemental Photography. She does panels at a lot of conventions about, how to pose better, how to take photos that don't suck, We actually have a panel we're working on together called Everything's Sexy in Rim Light. But I went to her panel, and just her depth of respect for the cosplayers and her morals and her drive for these people just really influenced me, and actually was the final inspiration for what is now The Enthusiasts, where I was like, hey, what? I want to take pictures too. And so I ran out and I bought a camera and started taking pictures. And there's actually kind of a funny story. It was in ASIN 2008, and there was a group that was up on stage, and they did the Hari Hari Yukai dance. And I was huge into Suzumiya at the time, and I was like, oh man, they're so cool. And I happened to be walking out of the masquerade, and I had my camera, and I was just running down the hallway being silly with it. And I saw them in the hallway, and I ran up, and I was like, hey, you guys are awesome. No creepery at all. But I was like, hey, you guys are awesome. I'd like to film you guys doing it in a more professional way, because I think it's really cool, and you guys are one of the best, groups I've seen doing it. And we got to be really good friends. And then we were like, okay, so I still had my job in IT, so we would travel around the country just going to cons and just filming people in the hallways, filming the masquerades when they'd let us, begging for press badges until we finally got one to let us. And then, it's kind of, after that, then you're pretty much good, because you can say another con lets you in. And taking pictures of people in the hallways. And we would literally grab people and move them up against the wall and just picture. And, people started kind of coming to the site all the time. And I was like, that's the problem with hallway photos and with going to conventions, is there's all these photographers walking around, and they do awesome work, but you can't find any of their work. And, if you want a private shoot, or you want, just a quick shot at the con, it's so much effort to put together. And that's what we're trying to fill, is with the photo booth on site, you get a custom, for-light tailored, basically mini photo shoot, with somebody who cares just as much about anime and cosplay as you do. We're all cosplayers. I've done it a little bit, but my whole crew is avid cosplayers. And, we want to make you look awesome. And that's the other thing is, some of these people you don't know, and they're asking you to run off into, under the docks at midnight, and we'll do an awesome photo shoot, So the other thing was people that you can trust. And, you can trust, our private photographers, Amanda, Colleen, all of us that run off, and where everything's going to wind up at. So you can get your stuff quick and find it online. And we offer it all for free. I mean, you can go online and bam, there's your photo, and you can use it, upload it to Facebook. We tag yourself. It's a lot of fun, and we're honestly super surprised and honored that it's caught on as much as it has.
Okay, well then we're going to take a break for a few minutes then, and have everybody at home take a look and see what the Enthusiast has to offer. We'll show a little bit of their handiwork, show some of the pictures that they have shot, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more with Nick from the Enthusiasts. All right, we're back here with ARTV with Nick Caza from The Enthusiast. So, Nick, you've told us how we got started. You told us what you guys do with The Enthusiast. So how about you tell me what you've got on deck for both this upcoming year and maybe beyond?
We have a lot scheduled for this year. Our goal is to hit 30 conventions, and we've already done 3. So they kind of, after a while, it's like when every weekend is a con, not only is life awesome, but it also blurs together really bad.
All that ugly carpet.
Yeah, we've done OhioCon, which was amazing. We've done Anime Spark, which was a new startup con with super friendly people, which was also a lot of fun. And we've done Anime Milwaukee, which are great people, and that was just, wow, that was a good time. And now we're coming up on C2E2, I think, in a week or two. That one's a big one. That's a big sci-fi convention out of Chicago, and we're really looking forward to doing some cool stuff there. But like on the horizon, like stuff that we want to do, pretty much what we want to do is we want to be able to run 2 photo backdrops at our photo booth so that our wait time is cut in half. And that'll be a big one, because like it was bad at Anime Milwaukee where we had people coming in and they wanted their photo taken, and by the time we were open for 2 hours, we were booked for the entire day. And I felt horrible because people keep coming up and they're like, oh, I want a photo. And we're like, we're really sorry, we have no room for you whatsoever. So having 2 backdrops for the bigger cons will, make sure that we can get more people in and get them their photos. I would like to, within 6 to 8 months, be able to hit 2 conventions on the same weekend. There's a lot of demand for it. A lot of conventions know who we are, and they want us to come for the cosplayers. And we always try to do something really cool for the conventions to help them out too. And so being able to hit 2 at once, which is another big thing that we're working on. And then the biggest thing that I'm working on is instant HD produced videos. And the big thing with that is we are a little slow. As are, most people are a little slow. I think we're a little faster than others, but we're a little slow at getting our video out. So typically a month to a month and a half will pass by the time we get the videos out. And I really, really want to change that. And the big problem with that, as anybody knows in video production, it's expensive, time consuming, and it's all in post-production. It takes forever for, capturing and processing and cutting together and putting graphics and then compressing it and uploading it to 5 different places so that people can see it. And what we're working on is a new system that will enable us to do multi-camera footage at conventions and have it ready for upload next day. Virtually eliminating post. It's a brand new thing that we're working on. I'm hoping that at some conventions we can work out something where we can even give them away, or just the cost of the DVD, or something along those lines, just a little cost. And the day after the Masquerade, you could come by and buy a disc with all the Masquerade skits, walk-ons, all that cool stuff, or see it online, within a day, depending upon our internet connection. And I think that's a big thing, because you can find so and so with his little camera in the audience 10 rows back. Those are uploaded immediately all the time, and they get thousands of hits. And we need to be faster and really push that boundary. And that's where this whole instant release is gonna go. And we hope to have that ready by ASIN this year. And we're really pushing hard. And also live streaming. Pushing live streaming really hard. We're going to be streaming our booth in most places, so people can see all the cosplayers as they come through and what a good time we're having and how much fun we are, and then also live streaming the Masquerade and opening, closing ceremonies for some conventions is another big thing that we're trying to do, so you can see what the convention's like if you couldn't go, and I think that's awesome. So that's where we're going.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you, growing up in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin, it would have been really nice for me to be able to see something like that. To know, what I'd be getting into. Because if I hadn't had the wonderful people at ARTV to bring me to a convention, I probably never would have gone, because I would have never thought it was for me. I would have thought it was, too weird, too different, too strange. And then you get there and they're just like you.
Yeah, and they're all awesome. And if we can, even setting up a camera at the booth, one looking at the booth and the other one looking into the crowd, so people can come up and go, whoa, that's cool. And then, you'd be like, hey, I really want to go to Anime Milwaukee, but I have no idea what it's like. Then they can go and they can check this stuff out, or watch the live streams, or check it out online, and be like, that looks really cool. All right, I'm saving my money for next year to go to that one. And that's what we really want to push is. Conventions are where everything's at. We're holding our whole family, our whole community together at conventions. And however we can get more people to come out and just experience the great time that, conventions are, that's what we want to do.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick, for coming in today. You can catch Nick and all the other enthusiasts over at their website. That's theenthusiast.com. The and then a dash, then the word enthusiast.com.